What's going on, everybody? We're back, brand new video. Super loud. Jadsie's here. We're back. We've returned. We don't have good settings on video, so we look super weird. But let's get into it.
Alrighty.
Alright, enough of that energy shit aside. We're not energetic.
This is monotone, serious stuff.
This is serious discussion time. Now we're talking about Visions. You know, when did Visions actually drop? Was that Monday?
Like, yes.
Yeah. So it's been like 6 days since this came out. 9 episodes. All right.
Well, maybe it was Friday. We'll say between Monday and Friday. Right. I think.
Let's get these tiers up, Jads. What should the top one be? I think the top one should be.
Should go Akikari. Jar Jar?
Yeah, like just the tiers themselves. Like the top one should be Jar Jar. Actually, Jar Jar's kind of bad.
The pinnacle of Star Wars.
Yeah. Everyone loves Jar Jar Binks.
My favorite character in the whole trilogy is Jar Jar Binks. He's also got my favorite line, as in, Misa don't give a freak about
does he say that?
And stuff. Look.
He probably says that.
No. Oh, you might actually.
Right.
I don't know. You'd have to ask. Just ask him.
We'll just put like Master here. Knight. Padawan. That seems about right.
Yeah.
And then the bottom one will be
Youngling.
The bottom one will be what was the last movie called? Return of Skywalker.
Oh, Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
What do you mean? That was the best Star Wars film. It really capitalizes on the Skywalker name.
It really makes you want to walk on some skies. I'll say that. Right.
And also some burning hot coals.
Right. The first one down here is Akikari.
Okay.
Where would you put this one on the tier list, Jads?
Look, I thought it was pretty good. I think I'm very into like the art style of it all.
Yeah.
So I thought art style wise it looked fantastic.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Right, well,
I think it definitely capitalized more on like the mystery of the Jedi, which is what all of them do. But I think it didn't do it in a very, it's gonna sound really bad, but in like in a mysterious way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I honestly don't even really remember this one, to be honest. I think out of all of them, this might be the one I don't remember the most.
Yeah, this was the one that it was they hired those two old people to take them through the mountain path, and then like she has like the sisters, like the princess's auntie is like the main bad guy, and then he joins the bad side because he
it's that one. Oh yeah, no, I thought it was awful. It had no story.
Yeah. So Rise of Skywalker definitely.
Look, the art, like as I usually say, I like the art styles in these because they're all different.
Yeah.
And they're not bad at all. But this one just chopped into like, yo, they're on a mountain here. Then all of a sudden it's like, yo, they're in a palace. And then all of a sudden, Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time looks up like, yo, I am not taking the Triforce anymore. I'm going to take your little boyfriend with me.
Yeah, it was very, very chop and change. The music didn't fit and it was really loud. And,
yeah, it was loud in some bits. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I was trying to hear dialogue. For me, it's definitely Rise of Skywalker level. I don't think it was better than that.
Yeah. I'd accept that.
I think it's not a bad episode. I wouldn't say don't watch it, but
don't expect anything special when going in.
It's definitely the worst episode out of the 9, I would say.
Still entertaining though. Like it was still entertaining to watch. Take it like the sequels. They're not like it wasn't fantastic. But you walk out being like, yo, I actually was entertained watching that.
Yeah. Alright.
Anyway.
The next one is Luff and Ocho. The furry one, as you might know it.
I'll let you go first on this one.
For me, I really liked this one actually. I thought it was gonna be a bit weird with like Lola Bunny running around, but no, the art style was cool. The story was good, and it definitely felt Star Warsy. Whereas some of these feel like, just more like anime. I reckon this one was pretty good. I'd say this is like probably third or fourth favorite. So I'd have to put it like, I reckon I'd put it somewhere like Master, just below Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I accept that.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Jads?
This is the one I was most worried about.
Yeah.
Because for those who are watching, I'm not an anime person. I have like every episode of Pokemon up until the latest one in Journeys, and that's about it. Also, if you want to count that, I've seen the Indigo League, which is the first season subbed. I know, pretty sweet. This one, it blew me away. I didn't expect anything big from this, and I sat back and that was actually really good. And as you said, traditionally, if you see a furry, it's usually kind of sexualized in anime. But they did it in a way that made the main character, in which I won't spoil, made her feel like her own hero, if you know what I mean. So she wasn't a Jedi. She was almost like, think of like Anakin in Phantom Menace. She was no one.
Yeah, she was just her own person.
And then the way they developed her character throughout this episode, it's only 14 minutes?
Yeah, this was one of the shorter ones.
The way they did it was fantastic. I think the combat in it is fantastic. I think the dialogue in it's fantastic. I even think the art style in it's fantastic, because it almost seems like that Pokemon kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
Which is something I'm familiar with. So yeah, if I had to, I'll put it as Jar Jar Binks, because I absolutely loved it. It's 100% my favorite episode.
Yeah. You know what? You've convinced me. I'll move it up to Jar Jar Binks. It was a good one. It was one of the betters.
Yeah.
And I definitely liked that there was a cool fight scene at the end, and it had a nice art style, and especially the end bit when the dad character bequeaths upon her the family stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah. And it leaves it on a satisfying cliffhanger.
It does.
Well.
It's like, if they were going to do a Visions 2, I would definitely see the next episode of this one.
I'd be keen for it.
Yeah,
because because of how they made it and how they finished it off, it could easily lead into I guess I'm making the spoilers now. They could easily make it into the sister's story after she was not defeated but retreated.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It's been 6 days. They've probably all seen it.
I respect that. And we'll probably have a thing in the title saying spoilers.
And this Lupin Ocho is everything that Akikari wasn't. It had an easy to follow story. Yes. It had good music that followed its bits, but then it had loud dialogue. The
music wasn't blaring as well. It wasn't blaring in the epic parts.
And it had actual characters that you cared for, and you could see both sides. Where this one was just some cranky dude that had headaches.
Yeah. And then as I said, Ganondorf rocking up
it was just, Akikari is definitely number 9 on this tier list. Next we have TOB1, made by the Astro Boy Studio. Where
who would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first this time. Where would you put it, Jads?
Oh boy, I did enjoy this one, not as much as the Hot One.
Yeah.
Only because I was a fan of Astro Boy for a while, and also because of the cutesy art style. Because in none of the other ones, you don't really get an art style like this. They're all kind of similar.
Yeah.
My only quarrel is that I feel like there wasn't as much care put into it, because for those who didn't know, the scientist is a 1-to-1 copy of the scientist from Astro Boy, from the same studio.
And so is the robot during the fight scene. He gets the Astro Boy wings, and very much the same sounds and everything.
And I wouldn't even say it was really what's the word? What do you call it when nostalgic? That's it. I wouldn't even say it's nostalgic.
No.
I'd probably say it was just you knew, and when you looked up, you're like, oh, that's cool, but it's also like, did they really put that much effort into it?
Yeah.
All in all, though, I feel like it was a good episode.
Yeah,
Not amazing, not super.
Yeah.
It was good.
I'd put it in Padawan, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say, though, when he fights the Imperial, like the Inquisitor kind of dude,
Yeah.
that's his character, the Inquisitor dude. I would like to see like a separate thing on, because he was cool.
He was cool, and it was odd that I don't know. The story was a bit odd to me that he just like put him in a wall, and then he woke up and everything was broken and he was dead, and then he still fixed it and put life back on that planet. Like, I get that it's like, you know, avenging your master and doing his dream or whatever, but it was just odd to me. And then he just became a robot that was good with a lightsaber.
Yeah, he wanted to be a Jedi, so it's just like, here you go.
It was very Astro Boy like in the fact that it's like he wants to be a real boy or whatever sort of a thing. And even the name TOB1, that's supposed to be like Toby, which is Astro Boy's name in the movie or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, wasn't great either.
It was just alright.
Yeah, still watchable.
It was. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like what was the first one we ranked?
Akikari.
Yeah, it wasn't like Akikari where it's like it was entertaining, because I didn't really enjoy watching it, but I enjoyed watching this one.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. What next?
Atooine Rhapsody. This is the one with Fett in it, and Jabba on Tatooine, and there's a band and they play music. I actually really liked this one. I thought it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'd probably put it in Master. You know, I thought it was better than average.
Yeah.
There was some bits that were a bit, you know, a bit weird. Like when he goes down and ran and screams, it was a bit odd. But no, I really liked it, and seeing Boba Fett with Tamora Morrison's voice in it was really cool.
Yes. That was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would you put it, Jads?
I don't know. I if it was me, I'd put it night, for the sole purpose that it didn't feel as Star Warsy.
Yeah, that's true.
However, I did like how he was a Padawan who got lost somehow. We don't know. It almost seems like Order 66, because I believe you hear blaster fire.
Yeah, and then
in the first opening scene.
Yeah, and he's running away.
And then he meets who's the whatever the hut is. He meets another hut. One thing I didn't like is personally how they portrayed Boba Fett during the start. It was almost like they felt like they had to make him not as badass or as strong or as powerful, because obviously you want the main characters to shine over the enemy.
Yeah.
So you almost felt like he was dumbed down, but I still think like having Tamara as the voice actor was fantastic, because it really gave that like, holy shit, it's actually him.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
Definitely gave it like the oh holy shit, this is definitely like a clone of Django right here.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like the art style as well is like another one I'm familiar with, because it's like the new Pokemon art style, like the new anime art style for it, like Journey, Sun and Moon.
The hut looked. I don't know what it was, but the hut looked really weird. Like Jabba didn't look that weird, but the hut did, like the Rockstar one.
I think it's because he pushed himself away from all the hut stuff. So he was obviously a hut by blood.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to like take over parts like the galaxy. He didn't want to have his own little clan of goons or whatever. He just he wanted to do what he enjoyed.
Yeah.
Which is why he got captured and was sentenced to die.
And then they made him play one more song.
And then there it was. But I think
No. Sorry, recording. I had a sister come into the room.
That's right, you probably just cut it. You didn't hear what I just said, did you?
No, what'd you say? Sorry.
I think it's alright. I was like, oh, sister.
I've been saying in jaddsie, you even captured in 4K.
We'll cut that and we'll start like now. So yeah, like it was a solid episode, and I feel like it wasn't fantastic because it was like kind of like something from not Garage Band.
Yeah,
what was it, Rock Band? One on the Wii, I remember. We had the
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero, that's it.
Yeah, it was yeah, the main actor's singing, like the voice actor. It was
very average.
It wasn't that good. No, I don't understand.
Like I tried to do it.
Yeah, and then Jabba the Hutt was like, you know what? That singing was so average. I'm gonna let him play one more song. And they somehow get a sponsor out of him.
And then yeah, but no, it was alright. It was alright. I definitely rank it higher than TOB1.
Yeah. Alright.
But yeah, where would you sit it?
After reconsidering the what you said in the down bits, I also changed it to 9. I reckon it's better than the other ones that below it, obviously. But it's not terrible. It's mid. It's very mid.
Alright, I'll be at 1 sec.
Alrighty.
Alright. Sorry, I have now returned.
Alright, welcome back.
Okay, let's get this going.
Alright. Now, we'll leave
come
the
back
best
in
for the
now.
last.
Alright.
The twins.
The twins. Oh.
Where would you put the twins, Jads?
The twins was the opposite of Lop and Ocho because it wasn't what I expected at all, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was very much the main character was 100% Luke, and you could tell it from literally as soon as he took off that mask.
Yeah, it was
and
definitely.
And you saw
the X-wing as well,
and the little R2. Oh, nice little voice back there. Little R2 clone that was running around.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I would probably put this around Padawan. I enjoyed it more than
Akikari, yeah.
Yeah, I will say that.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's about I'd say it's less than TOB1.
Yep.
But it's above Akikari. It's
yeah.
It just didn't really make sense either.
It didn't. I think it made more sense to Akikari because the story didn't develop in multiple different areas.
Yeah.
It was really on that main status. So it went from
inside it.
The bridge, like a bridge to the hangar to the top of the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were going completely different places, which I thought was alright. But it kind of went to was it Palpatine? It was some Sith. I think it was
like a
Palpatine
flashback to I think it was Palpatine and like some other Sith people turning around.
Probably like Exegol or something like that.
Yeah, and he made these two.
Yeah, like he made them, and then all of a sudden one doesn't agree with that all, so he's just like, yeah, no.
It's just I don't
want to use hypercrystal powering my Iron Man suit.
Yeah, it was very overplayed trope of like, oh, we're evil, but that doesn't mean anything because I'm secretly good because I care about my sister. I'm going to save her by stealing this. And
I also think, and mind you, for everyone watching, this is a biased opinion because, as I've said, I've only watched really like Pokemon. And Avatar and Korra, don't freak out. I know I'm doing that to be fair.
The good ones.
But the combat in this was what I was most worried about, where it was like Dragon Ball Z, people getting thrown around and then getting straight back up, like it was nothing. Yeah. This dude got pelted right into the side of a Star Destroyer in space without anything on, and he was like, ouch, I hurt my shin.
Yeah.
It was kind of, when I watched it, I actually laughed, because I'm not laugh as in like, oh, it's really silly, like I laughed because it's kind of ironic because I knew it was going to come up.
Yeah. And he gets pulled with the Force out through an X-Wing. Not like through the top or through the glass or anything, like through the back of the engine.
Her hand comes through it.
And just grabs him out. It's like...
It's almost like in not Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi. I remember when Luke he brings him his like a force kind of force projection.
Oh
When he
yeah.
brings his force projection to Crate. It
Yeah.
almost reminds me of that, except it's just her hand. It just grabs her.
Grabs
I
him
was like,
through the
what
X-wing.
fuck?
And then they're just out
But,
in space without anything, just breathing
Yeah,
oxygen.
masks off, just like respirate.
It's like, I love the vacuum of space.
But one other thing, I remember when the trailer came out with her Grievous-looking lightsabers, we were all so keen, as keen as I was for that other voice break I just had. So keen for it though.
Yeah, definitely.
And all of a sudden, she whipped him out. I'm like, that's so sick. And then they drooped. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, they turn into weird like lightsaber
Noodles.
whips instead of like the what you call it, like the Grievous.
Like the solid blade.
Yeah, like the actual like Grievous. Hello there, Obi-Wan Kenobi style, like spinning, attacking sort of thing. It was just like weird tentacle octopus kind of stuff. So there's probably rule 34 of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably.
And I did like the end where he was cutting open the suit of armor with his lightsaber, going hyperspace on the X-wing on the top, and he can still like manage to like change the length of his blade and cut it before he just like dies.
Oh yeah.
It was very meh.
I will say though, the ending scene where he's on top of the X-wing when it's like crashed, him sitting on it with the R2 kind of droid, looking into the sunset is probably the most beautiful part of any of these episodes.
I really like that.
It looked if honestly, I'm considering looking on like wallpaper engine soon and seeing if I can actually find like a clip or like some wallpaper of it, because it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
The little sunset.
It was
I think it was a
really
binary
nice.
sunset as well.
I think so, yeah.
But
yeah.
it wasn't as bad as Akikari.
No.
Not that Akikari bad, mind you, but it wasn't like it wasn't good, and it wasn't great.
No.
It wasn't bad.
It was very Padawan.
Yeah. If I wanted to reminisce almost like Force Awakens, I'd probably watch that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But yeah.
We're into the top 4, I'd say.
Right.
These last 4 are definitely the best. We'll start with The Village Bride.
Oh, I'll let you start with this one.
I really liked. I'd have to put it in Master, I reckon. You know, I think I liked the next 3 better, but this one I really liked the droids because they looked straight out of Clone Wars, and they had the original voice actor as well.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and it was high stakes sort of thing. Like, the Separatists have left, but these droid armies have been stolen by someone else, which is nice that there's finally a story where they touch on the Clone Wars ending, but it's not immediately the Empire. And then, like, you know, obviously the Jedi is going to save the day, but they do it in a cool, very, I can't remember what the movie's called. Is it Akikari? Something like that. Where it's like the samurai versus the other dude, and then he cuts off his hand. That was yeah. I just really liked the episode. I think it was pretty good. I don't think it was as good as the other 3 though. Where would you put it, Jets?
I was really surprised with this one. I saw it as almost like a mix of Rebels and Resistance. Rebels because you see after Order 66, after the Clone Wars, you don't see any clones in this one. Like, you'd see, spoilers, Rex in Rebels when he goes to the Separatist ship.
Yeah.
But you see like Separatist droids in a different era, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you're seeing them, as you said, after the Clone Wars, not quite into the full Imperial like Stormtrooper TIE Fighter era. Like, it's 100% there would still be clones, and it'd still be, honestly, they might even still be manufacturing them, because I'm pretty sure even when the Empire came around, there was like another few like batches that were released.
Yeah.
Someone could probably confirm about
This
that.
this is probably around Bad Batch time, but just on a faraway planet.
And the reason I say Resistance is because, spoilers again, in Resistance, there are repurposed droids. Not repurposed because they do the same thing, but like they're reprogrammed, and that's what's in this. So you have that tribe, that tribe is just like group,
The
that,
village people.
yeah, who like reprograms the droids, and it just gave off that feel, but also like the mystery of like there's this character who survived Order 66 and is trying to keep on the down low about who she is, and then when she sees the people in danger, she knows that she's needed the most.
Yeah. It's because all these episodes have lightsabers, and this one felt like it wasn't the same as the others, sort of a thing, because it wasn't really much lightsaber combat at all. It was really just one slice at the end.
It was like Lop and Ocho, where it didn't rely on the lightsabers.
It had good
It relied
mix.
on its own story. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd probably sit this Master,
Yeah, definitely.
because this one it wasn't. I don't think it's top,
No.
but I think it was very good.
Now,
But yeah,
these last three, these are definitely my three favorites, I reckon.
the doozies. Yeah.
These are the good ones. Let's start with The Elder. Now,
Oh.
this one's definitely a Jar Jar Binks for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
Yep.
It was very reminiscent of like the Phantom Menace sort of a thing, where master and apprentice, they go to this planet and they feel something into the Sith, even though they thought they were extinct.
Yeah.
There's the fight, one of them gets hurt, they end up having a good time and saving the day, all that. But it was a good mix of like, Padawan, who's like the arrogant, doesn't know much, with the wise master.
Yep.
And like the fight scene itself was pretty good.
It was. It was very good.
The ending, like you said last night, Jads, was a bit of a cop out, where they were just like, and now I die of old age.
Yeah.
Where would you put it?
I 100% agree with everything you said, and honestly, I probably would put it Jar Jar Binks, because I like how it really touched. It really, I 100% have a feeling that the creators were like, we want to make something that's almost Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and then Obi-Wan to Anakin.
Definitely.
We want to have, as you said, the arrogant. Not really that Obi-Wan was quite arrogant.
No.
But so probably more like Anakin and Obi-Wan, where you got the arrogant, confidence Padawan with the wise, knowledgeable master.
It was almost like if Qui-Gon didn't die in Phantom Menace and that he took on Anakin. I feel like this is what that would have been like.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, it was quite good.
But I also like how I can't remember what these. I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember any of these characters' names. But the Padawan, I can see his face. The Padawan, I'm gonna be honest, for those who don't know, I'm not a huge prequels fan. The only reason I actually enjoy the prequels now is because I watch Clone Wars and I got more insight. But I liked how if I had to switch Anakin or this guy for Attack of the Clones, I would say this guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Because he had more of like I'm an arrogant teenager, but also like I know what I'm doing and I'm aware of what's going on.
Yeah, knows what needs to be done.
Like, yeah, bang, bang, bang. Yeah, so I just got to pause here because I'm getting a call.
That's all good. Yeah, and the fight scene was pretty solid. Definitely one of the better ones. It was better than Twins. The lightsabers weren't weird. In some of these, they're just like really odd shaped, or they don't look the best. This one was pretty decent. Some powers used.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just pretty solid.
And I like how, like, now that I think about it, I like how, yes, it was kind of sad that it was like, oh, I died of old age. Bit like a Luke moment, almost.
Yeah.
Except
he wasn't
but
gyrating.
I also, he didn't gyro too hard. But I also like how the reason for it is because at this point, I'm assuming this is probably like before the Phantom Menace even, or even maybe a little bit after the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
That it's like, well, they knew the Sith were real, but they thought they were extinct. But it's like, here's this guy here, red lightsaber with the Force talking
lightning.
like a Sith
Yeah.
with a Sith ship in the flesh. And I like how he died now, because it's like he's probably over 100 years. He would be older than Palpatine.
Oh, definitely. And
What was Palpatine in the Rise of Skywalker?
I think he
was
was
an
just
old
touching
bug.
100.
Yeah, he was an old geez. I would honestly probably say he'd either be the same age, around the same age, or even older.
Yeah, definitely. Except he wasn't connected to a machine.
Exactly. And that's something I liked about him, is that he died almost not with honor,
Yeah,
but like that mystery and that like
definitely, like,
integrity.
and he said that he broke away from the Sith, sort of a thing, like, so he was saying it to the Padawan, like, oh, I'm no Sith. They were all fighting with each other, and that's why they're dead. But,
Yeah.
like, he might have broken away from it, and like the mystery of like how he stayed alive so long. It was good.
Well, in a future episode that we'll be ranking, we'll also see another character that does that.
Yeah,
Who is not quite a Sith, but definitely has that dark side aspect.
and
Yeah.
yeah. Now the next one, I think it has our favorite character in it. It's the Ninth Jedi.
Oh, do
With
you
the-
mind if I start with this one?
You can start. Go ahead.
Okay. The idea of the Jedi coming back in like almost like an Avatar kind of thing, where it's like Avatar Last Airbender, not Korra, where it's like the mystery of like this guy 100% has to exist, but we've got no bloody idea where he is.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I also really like the idea of transparent sabers that come alive. Well, they're already alive, but like really breathe life
Yeah.
once a Force user wields it. So, for instance, even the mystery of the daughter of the guy who made like the Sabersmith, I think it was called,
Yeah. Yeah.
where I don't know if she was with the Force or not. I can't remember. I think she was, but not like trained in it.
Yeah. I think so.
She could wield the saber, but it was stayed transparent. But when she was in that last fight, it went green. I thought that was fantastic because it really shows that she grew
Yeah.
it was only like not even 20-minute episode, but she grew during that time. But when she was fighting they're almost like Inquisitor kind of things.
Yeah.
But also like just the mystery of like, we thought these guys were Jedi, but they just so weren't. They, as soon as they picked up those sabers and put them on, and they were red, you knew shit was going to go down.
Yeah. It was like, oh shit.
And then when the actual like Jedi, like the Master, I can't remember what he was called, came out of that armor, I'm like, shit is going to go flipping down. And
Good.
then you've got, what was his name? Ethan.
Yeah.
The kid that was like, oh, I'm so going to become a Jedi, but it's like, these guys aren't Jedi.
Yeah.
And then you've got Spy, who like started off as red, and then he like realized that like, hang on, I'm actually like, I'm the good guy. I'm meant to be spying for this guy. So he went purple, and then he went back, and it's like that was amazing.
Because it did the really good theme of like it changes length and color on which Jedi's wielding it and like their intentions and what the Force is doing with them. I really like that. And they set it up for episode 2 if they do Vision season 2 as well, with their the Sabersmith being taken away, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll come help. And the fight scenes in that, it was just phenomenal. That like
It was.
it actually felt like watching a master fighting Sith, like, and like even when she's riding away on that bike and she's like blocking the blaster bolts, that was pretty sick.
It's something, and I think we all can agree. I can't remember his name now, but our favorite character is the droid who takes her to that little station.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is, but he's sipping that tea, and he couldn't give
Sipping tea. He's like,
he couldn't care less, and I love him for it.
He's like, guess I can take you there. Give me that shit.
But it shows how almost dead that planet is.
Yeah.
By the way, I can't remember the name of it, but fun fact, the planet that they're on is the same planet that turns into Starkiller Base. I can't remember what its name is. Young Duct Tape here could probably tell. Yes.
Oh, really? That makes sense.
Which we only found out after doing some further research. So so that becomes Ilum.
Oh.
No, that already is Ilum. That becomes Starkiller Base.
Yeah, I guess that makes
That's
sense.
another fun little fact for you.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
this,
sweet.
honestly, so if we're thinking more like a Star Wars, and like, this would honestly be like the Tatooine one, where it's like, oh wow, like this is actually like set in what we know as Star Wars space.
Yeah.
But oh no, I think it was good. I think it was. But yeah, I think it was a solid episode.
It was. And now, I think this one is definitely my favorite out of all 9. The Duel. This one's instantly Jar Jar Binks for me. I don't know about you guys, but I love the art style. I love the mystery of this traveling Ronin sort of a dude. You know, that's what he wants. He's got his droid with him. And just the design of like the armor of the First Order troopers when they come back, and it's like not even like a military. It's like criminal scum, more Japanese style. Each arm is kind of different thing, and it's got that good balance between gunfight and lightsaber combat. And it's just it's a beautiful episode. The art style's phenomenal. And the ending's really, really good. And it definitely leaves it open to like mystery, and it's real satisfying.
Yeah, you could definitely see a sequel with it.
Oh, definitely. With that ending where he opens his jacket, and it's like he's got a bunch of red kyber crystals, but he's also got a red lightsaber. So
yeah,
he saved the village, but then when he gives the lightsaber crystal to that guy and he turns on his lightsaber, everyone's still weary of him because they're like, oh. But
he's one of them.
Miss Umbrella chick had that color, and he's like, nah, I'm different.
Yeah.
And I really liked that, like, the town was fighting back against the Empire sort of a thing, and like the Trendoshans, and like how it was like soldiers, and it was like set in like a movie from 50s or 40s with like the black and white squiggles over it, and it was just a great episode. Definitely my favorite.
Yep. 100%. The art style, just the black and white kind of, and it was almost had that haze like along the faces with for the shadow.
Yeah.
Was just really added to like the mystery aspects. I think the one amazing thing this did well is, out of all of these, and this is probably up to a lot of debate, but out of all of these, this one perfectly blended Star Wars and Japanese culture.
Definitely.
I personally don't think any of the others did.
No.
But this one did it absolutely perfect. It was spot on.
Yeah.
It had a Japanese style village with droids. It had people with blasters. It had the sabers. It had First Order like trooper armor and weapons. I thought it was absolutely perfect the way they did it. But I think the combat, there was a lot of combat, and it wasn't overdone. It wasn't Dragon Ball. It wasn't the twins style of combat.
No.
Like, honestly, the way they fought, I feel like I could see that in the prequel movies.
Yeah,
I feel like I could see Anakin and Obi-Wan doing what they did.
It was definitely real life capability sort of thing. Like, if you practice that enough with a friend, you could definitely recreate that scene.
Yeah.
Whereas,
But I also... Yeah, sorry. You finish? Oh, but I was also thinking, what was the episode? I remember I said I was going to talk about it before. Where is it? Come back to me. For those people who don't know, I've got like a bunch of pictures next to me just to refresh of what I'm looking at. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe I can't. But there was one episode where I said that it was like almost like he was a dark side. Oh yeah, the Elder. That's it.
Yeah.
Where he was a Sith or such a dark sider, but he didn't claim he was. I kind of got the vibes of him from like the Duel from.
Yeah.
I kind of got the vibes from the Elder from the Duel, because he probably was like a Sith, or he's definitely with the dark side.
Yeah.
But he's not a bad. He's not like a good guy or a bad guy. I wouldn't even say he's an anti-hero.
He's definitely like a Sage Ventress in like
Yes, at like what season 4 of Clone Wars,
Yeah.
100%. Like Sarge Ventress, because she was neither good or bad, because she could have killed Obi-Wan when he was captured by Maul
Maul and
and that.
Savage, yeah.
But she didn't. She actually gave him a saber, and they fought together.
Yeah, like he's doing what
Um,
he thinks is best for him. Nothing
Exactly. And then if he feels like it needs to be done, he'll help along the way.
else. Yeah,
Like
which is awesome.
yeah, I just think everything in this was done right. I think, yeah, just the blend between Japanese and Star Wars culture is just perfect, because it didn't feel overly exaggerated in either area.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going over that again, but I can't get that enough. But I also like how I'm pretty sure this is meant to be even after the First Order era.
Yeah, this is like,
Which is why, like, because I know that they, from what I remember in the actual episode, they say like, oh, they got the armor from an abandoned like facility. So like, there was obviously like a little base camp or something they had there.
yeah, something.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. I loved it.
It's just, it really fits Star Wars, and it really is very Japanese inspired.
I would have probably put this my second favorite. Lob and Ocho will be my favorite.
Yeah,
But yeah, I would put this my second favorite.
this one's definitely my favorite, I reckon. You wanna? Oh, what's the community rank? What do other people think
Community
about
rank?
it? Let's have a squeeze. No, this guy's got it wrong already.
I think it's definitely dependent on
Oh yeah, what animes you like, how much you like
Exactly.
Star Wars, all that sort of stuff.
So I know for our tier list was very spread out.
Yeah,
Like there was a lot of like Jar Jar Binks ones.
Yeah.
If I had to, I honestly probably shuffle the Elder down to Master, because
yeah,
it was good, but I don't actually think it was that good.
yeah. I can definitely see that.
But like I don't know. As I said, because like you I don't know, Ducktip, you watch a bit more anime than I do.
I am a bit of an anime taster.
But yeah, I think it's a solid series. Although I will say, and this is just me personally, I would have liked an episode a week. So I remember when Bad Batch came out. For those who don't know, I'm actually more of a Marvel fan than a Star Wars fan. I absolutely adore Star Wars, but I've been watching Marvel since 2008, and I was 5. So, and that was the first Iron Man. So I've been watching it for a while. I would have liked an episode a week, like when One Division, and I believe it was
Mando?
Mando season 1 going in, or might have been season 2. One of it, because that was, I remember that being the best week, because it would be a Tuesday, it would be One Division, Friday Mando, Friday. You'd be entertained the whole week. I remember when it was end of Loki and the start of Bad Batch, and that was happening, and that was fantastic. And I believe that's going to be happening with Book of Boba Fett and the new Hawkeye
Yeah, and then
series.
there'll probably be something else when the next season of Mando comes out as well.
Exactly. But I would have liked to have seen that with that, even though they're not full blown like Mando episodes or like Bad Batch, even like a Bad Batch episode, like that's what, like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, these were more like, I think the shorter ones were like 10-ish minutes, and the longer ones were like maybe 20.
Yeah. But I honestly feel like I would have been satisfied with 1 week.
Yeah,
But that's just me personally, because I like having that, like, looking forward to something throughout the week. Because at the moment we've got the Marvel What If. By the way, fantastic series. Some of the episodes, like, it's a different spin on it. If you haven't seen it, look at it. You probably enjoy it if you're a Marvel fan. Even if you're not, it honestly could give a highlight, like even like a leeway into potentially a Star Wars kind of version of What If.
yeah,
So I know a lot of people want that, and I know it's been said so much, and people are probably going to be like, oh, like obviously we'd want a Star Wars What If, but it's like, really need it. And like, there's definitely people on YouTube who do it. Like, you got Star Wars Theory.
Oh yeah.
You got Star Wars Comics. He does a lot of like his what if stuff.
Yeah. There's definitely enough, and there's all the legend stuff you can go into as well.
Exactly.
So you don't really need one, but it would definitely be cool to see.
But I think Visions was a fantastic idea because it just kept the Star Wars feel the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It also gave the people who really like who really enjoy the style of like anime and like that Japanese cartoon style, really gave them a taste of like this is a thing and it is enjoyable.
Yeah.
And like if a sequel or like even a whole movie happened, I don't think people would just be disappointed.
Yeah, definitely. As long as the movie was more like a Lopinocho or a Jewel or a Ninth Jedi sort of thing, and not so much like a Twins or a Obi-Wan.
I honestly think Twins and TRB1 could have been better if they were longer episodes.
Yeah, probably. Especially with Twins. I feel like that was just all squished in super fast.
I also think 100% the one that needed it most was Akikari.
Oh, for sure.
Because I didn't honestly like I'm not a huge critic, but I didn't sense a story. Actually, I love how I'm saying I'm not a huge critic, but yeah, I'm critiquing all this. But I'm not like I didn't really sense a story.
Yeah.
I kind of just sensed like a bunch of chop and changed scenes. As I said, Ganondorf rocking up like, yo, stuff Hyrule, I'm coming to your planet now.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, what are your final thoughts, Ducto?
Yeah, I moved the Elder down to Master.
Yep.
But I definitely think that Visions could, if they make a season 2, even if they have more art styles or they choose the same studios and they make a second episode or a different episode, I reckon it could definitely be good.
Yeah.
And they're all pretty rewatchable, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
I don't see, like, I'll probably go and rewatch them soon. Definitely the Jewel, because that's sick. But like,
yeah,
they're not just forgettable throwaway episodes like, I don't know, say the Clone Wars, where like the first 2 seasons are just boring as sort of a thing, and like, you know, like I can't remember individual episodes of the Clone Wars because they're all like one big story, where these are all different sort of a thing, but they're all in the Star Wars
they're all their
universe.
own story.
Yeah, which is really compelling, and you can just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we did a pretty good. I think we did a pretty bang on job.
I think we did well.
Yeah.
But I think if people want to critique it in the comments, you know,
go ahead.
I think we're all down to hear it.
We won't respond, but you can try.
Well, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah. Well,
I'd like to see more.
Definitely. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, punch the like button in the face, like a boss, and high fives all around. How does the rest of the Jackson have my finger?
Just hit it. Go.
Anyway, subscribe, like, share.